Sometimes just going to your shelf and pulling out a cookbook is the way to go. And honestly, I don't do enough of that. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna cook out of these 3 cookbooks. Actually, I think there's recipes just out of 2 of them. We'll talk about that in a second. But hey y'all, I'm Mandy and this is Mandy in the Making. I have my tried and true cookbooks and then I have these. And I'm not saying these aren't, well, they're not tried and true because I've never really cooked out of them. These are from Taste of Home. They're called Grandma's Favorites. And I have 3 of them. How I got on the list to have these mailed to me, I'm not really sure, but I was able to get it to stop because they were coming like once a quarter. I don't know how that happened. I don't need an entire shelf of these. I don't need to get 4 of these a year, you know? But I did get 3 of them. And so I went through them and I wrote down some recipes that sounded really good. And honestly, there's a lot that sound good for the fall, so I'm probably gonna be using these in the fall as well. But this week, we've got 3 recipes that we're gonna cook that come from these cookbooks. The first recipe that we're making is called garlic beef enchiladas. And I can guarantee you mine is not gonna look that pretty because let's be honest, it just ain't. They styled this for the picture, you know, to make it look even better. Mine ain't gonna look that pretty, but we're gonna hope that it tastes as good as it claims that it is. A couple of things we need to get started. I'm gonna start heating up this skillet to about medium high. And then we need to set the oven to 350. We don't have much chopping to do. However, I am gonna use my handy dandy chopper just so I don't have to really do much chopping at all. I just gotta cut this up into smaller pieces. We need 1 medium onion that's chopped. So I'm just gonna pop this in here and do the other side. And that was the extent of our chopping. Done. Now the only other chopping that I might do at the end is if I'm probably gonna put some cilantro on top. So that'll be it. This one is pretty easy. Now we've got to dirty up several things. So that's the only drawback, but the picture just looks so pretty, even though I know it's not gonna look like the picture. And I'm craving enchiladas, so we're doing it anyway. So into our large skillet that is already heating up, we are going to put 1 pound of ground beef. I'm gonna go ahead and start breaking it up with my mix and chop, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in the onion. So let's let this start doing its thing. And while it's doing its thing, we're gonna head over here to this saucepan and get it started. So let's turn this saucepan to about medium, a little over medium. And you need about 1/3 cup of butter, which is a little over 5 tablespoons. This is 5 tablespoons, it's gonna work. It'll be fine. Please come off. There we go. We're gonna let that start to heat up. Now I fibbed a little bit. We don't really have to chop anything else up, but we do have to mince this garlic. So I'm gonna peel this really quickly and this is gonna go in with the butter. It said 4 to 6 cloves of garlic and I was gonna do more like the 6, but one of these was so huge. You see this one? So we're just gonna go with the 4 because this one was so large. It's like 2 or 3 in one. Look at that thing. So let's mince that into a little container. Don't you hate it when everything gets stuck to your hands? Garlic is surprisingly sticky. Drives me nuts. Let's go check on our butter. This is done, and it says to drain it. There is a little bit of fat in here, but not much at all, so we're just gonna move on. We need a couple of tablespoons of flour. Sprinkle that in, okay? And then we've got some seasonings. In here, I've got salt, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, and a little bit of rubbed sage. All of the measurements will be down below. I'll have the recipe linked below. So let's put all of those good seasonings in here with this and stir it around. And then I've got a can of stewed tomatoes that is gonna go in. Now the stewed tomatoes, it says to cut up. So I'm gonna use my mix and chop and hopefully be able to cut these up. Oh yeah, I didn't wanna have to make a mess cutting these up somewhere else. I figured I could probably get them to chop up a little bit in here. So we're gonna bring this up to a simmer. And then once this starts to kind of bubble a little bit, I'm gonna turn it down to low and we're gonna cover it and let it simmer for about 15 minutes. It is bubbling. Let's put this lid on there and turn it to low. And now let's go finish up the sauce. So our butter is ready. Let's add in our garlic. We're gonna cook the garlic just for about a minute. Get it nice and fragrant in here. And then we're gonna add in some flour and let that thicken up a little bit. So I'm gonna turn the heat down just a bit. Now let's add in that flour. We need about 1/2 cup of flour. This is a 1/4 cup measure. So I'm gonna add 2 of these and let's stir that around until it's combined. Oh yeah, lovely. Now we're gonna whisk in, it says gradually whisk this in, so I need both hands. So I've got basically a can of beef broth, 14.5 ounces or something like that. So I'm gonna whisk this in. Let me work this and I'll be right back. Okay, that thickened really quickly, which is great. Let's add in our tomato sauce. You need a large can or a 15-ounce can of tomato sauce. And then we're also gonna add our seasonings. So again, we have salt, rubbed sage, chili powder, and cumin. Let's add that in and combine all of that. This sauce smells so good. Okay, I have a good feeling about this. While the sauce is heating through, I need to shred some cheese. I've got some Colby Jack cheese. We need about 2 cups of this. So almost this whole block, really. I'm probably just gonna go ahead and do the whole block because who are we kidding? We love some cheese around here. Lovely. Okay, we've got a 9 by 13 dish. I'm going to add about 1.5 cups of this sauce to the bottom and just kind of spread it all around. You don't have to grease your dish. This is gonna be your grease right here. So let's kind of spread it all around. I'm gonna add a little bit more. Okay, wonderful. So now we need to assemble our enchiladas. I've got these flour tortillas. This is a 10 count. We need 10 of them. You want to get the kind that's for tacos and fajitas, kind of the 6-inch. So let's take one out. We're gonna add about 1/4 cup or so of our beef mixture kind of to the side of one of these. And then we're gonna put a little bit of cheese on there. And then we're gonna roll it up and place it seam side down into, ow, that's hot, into the sauce. Now in the picture, they did it seam side up, I guess to make it prettier for the picture. So already we're losing, you know? Okay, so let's go. And I'm just gonna continue on with the rest of these. Same thing over and over again. Beef mixture, cheese, and roll it up. I'll be right back. I am on my last 2, and I've learned you don't try and traditionally roll this up. Just kind of pull it like this and just fold it. That way you don't burn your fingers. Learned that the hard way. After a couple, I was like, gonna change that. I kind of overly stuffed these last 2 because I had a good bit of the meat mixture left. Let me show you. I mean, it's not a ton, but I'm not gonna let it go to waste. I'm just gonna put it on top of all of this. So let me show you. Put it down in the sauce maybe. So that's done. And I've made a mess and I'm gonna eat this right here. Now on top, we're going to cover it with the remaining sauce. So I'm just gonna use this ladle. I went a little too heavy on the sauce on that first side. Oops. We're gonna make it work. Spread it around. Okay, we do need to cover this with some aluminum foil, so let me go grab that. So top that. This is gonna bake at 350 for about 30 minutes. And then we'll uncover it and top it with the remaining cheese that we have over here and bake it for like another 10 minutes. I cannot tell you how good my house smells right now. It has been 30 minutes. We're gonna take this out of the oven. We're gonna uncover it. Oh my goodness. And we're gonna take our remaining cheese and cover the entire top. And then this is gonna go right back in the oven just to let the cheese melt. And then I've got a few toppings that we will top it with to make it look a little bit prettier once it comes out. But my goodness, this looks so good. 10 more minutes in the oven. Be right back. It has been 10 minutes, so it's time to eat. Every time I lean into the oven, my glasses fog up. If you know, you know. Most definitely does not look like that, but that's okay. We are gonna add a few more things. I've got a few sliced jalapenos left. So I'm gonna put those on top, apparently in one clump. There we go. Okay, we have some ripe cherry tomatoes from our garden, so might as well just pop those on there because we have a lot of them. And then lastly, I did chop up a little bit of cilantro just because it'll make it pretty. Add a little color to the top and a little flavor in each bite. So this is our lunch today. Now it looks a lot closer to what the picture looked like now, I feel like, so that's good. But I am so hungry, so let's eat.
Man, this looks really good. It smells amazing. This whole house is smelling good.
Yeah, it does. Careful now, it's real hot.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah.
Gotta get all the lovely things on there.
Cole's face right now, y'all.
That is the best enchilada I've ever had
Are you serious?
in my entire life.
Wow.
Now, considering I don't eat them a lot,
Right.
Oh
the
man,
last time I've had this has been years.
that sauce is amazing, and I love the inside. Oh man, it's just filled with all that meat and cheese, and the jalapeno is a really nice touch.
Good.
Spicy.
Yeah.
But that sauce is so rich. That garlic flavor.
So the sauce has butter in it.
I'm gonna tell you something. That sauce is amazing.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this.
You know
I
what?
don't think. Yeah, this is definitely top tier enchiladas at home. I don't think I've ever had enchiladas this good at home.
Okay, good.
No way.
So here's an interesting ingredient in both the sauce and in the taco meat. Rubbed sage is in both.
Man, that's the way forward. That is big time right there.
Okay.
That is
So
amazing.
would this be a good one to serve, like if you have guests coming over?
Absolutely. Or
Yeah.
bring it to get together or
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
This is a crowd pleaser.
Okay.
I mean, big time.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Okay, I'm gonna dig in, but yeah, this was, I mean, it was not hard at all, and I'm so glad that y'all are so happy with it.
I want to see your reaction.
Okay. So in a recent video, you noticed, or I mentioned that I take my glasses off when I eat. It's usually only when it's things that could steam up my glasses, because it drives me nuts for it to steam it up. So that's why I take it off. But let's give this a try. Oh, that's a big old bite. That's a Steven size bite. Oh,
It's super rich, isn't it?
hot. Ooh. That's very different than any enchilada I think I've ever had, even at a restaurant.
Right. I mean, the sauce is just so much, you know, like there's so much of it. It's like,
And it's so thick.
yes.
It clings to everything like it's supposed to. The flavor of that is just really, really deep. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it, but I do know that it's some of the best enchiladas I've ever had. So
Yeah, for sure.
this is a winner. There's a reason why it was in Grandma's favorites.
Right.
It is time to put our side dish that we're having tonight into the crock pot. And it's another recipe from a different, maybe it's the same one, Grandma's favorites. So this one is not in there. It's this tab. I have them all tabbed. This one is a slow cooker broccoli. It's almost like a broccoli casserole. I get so excited. This is, I don't think there's a picture of it, but it's right here. Very, very simple to do. So let's throw that in the crock pot now. And then our main dish will also come from this. So this is dinner tonight. So it tells you to stir all of this in a bowl and then put it in here. Look, I don't know if you can hear, my dishwasher is still going from earlier today. Ain't nobody got time to be throwing it in a bowl. So we're just gonna throw it all in here. But let's grease that first. Okay, it calls for I can't talk today. 6 cups of broccoli cuts, frozen, but partially thawed. This is a 32-ounce bag. I don't know if that's 6 cups, but I'll tell you what it is. It's gonna be what it is. So mine are not really partially frozen, or thawed. They're still mostly frozen. It'll be okay. I mean, we got some big ends in there, but that's all right. Moving on. Now we need to add in a can of cream of celery. Can we please? There we go. It says to use shredded cheddar. I'm gonna be honest with you. My shredder is in here and it's still going because I didn't do it on the quick cycle. I did it on the regular cycle. So we're just gonna use this, which I think this has a little flavoring on it. It's like the taco shredded cheese, but you know what? It's gonna be okay. Let's put 1 cup of that in right now. That's probably about right. So off camera, I chopped up a little bit of onion. It calls for 1/4 cup of chopped onion. So that's going in. It calls for 1/2 teaspoon of the Dub sauce. 1/2 teaspoon, like what's that gonna do? I'm gonna be honest with you, we're gonna do more than that, okay? Maybe a teaspoon, maybe more, I'm not sure. We need 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. And now, let's just stir all that up. You have to tell me below, if something tells you to stir it in a bowl and then add it to your slow cooker, do you just bypass it? Because who needs another dirty dish? Let's just be real. That is not a cut. That's a whole head of daggum broccoli, but okay. Whatever they say. Ritz crackers, because you can't have broccoli casserole without Ritz crackers, right? I'm just gonna crush it right over top because that's about as easy as it gets. It says 25 crackers. I don't know if we're gonna do 25 crackers. You know, then I need to grab some butter out because we're gonna put some pats of butter on top of this. All right, these are the last ones that we're gonna do. Go grab that butter. I sliced the butter up. I had just about 2 tablespoons left and that's what it calls for. So sliced it pretty thinly. There we go. Now it just says to cover and cook this on high for about 2.5 hours. And then at the very end, we'll come in and sprinkle a little more cheese on top and let that melt, and then it'll be time to eat. Let's make our last recipe, which happens to be the entree to go along with our broccoli casserole. Our broccoli casserole has about 20 minutes left. I'm gonna put the cheese on in about 10 minutes, but we're gonna get our entree started. And that is sweet barbecued pork chops. Again, there's not a picture for it in the cookbook. And I'm pretty sure all of these, since they're from Taste of Home, all of these are available online. So I will have the links to all of them below. But this one, we're not gonna make the full thing because it makes 8 pork chops. Let me show you what we're working with. Before I turned on the camera, I grabbed 2 pork chops that I had thawed in the fridge. They were super, super thick. So I cut them in half and then I pounded them out to all be the same thickness. Why was that a hard word to come up with? Now we need to kind of make the sweet barbecue sauce. So let's do that. For the sauce, we just need equal parts of all of this. So the original recipe calls for 1/2 cup of each of these. We're gonna do about 1/4 cup of each. I'm not gonna measure anything. We're just gonna measure with our heart. I've got ketchup going in first. We've got barbecue sauce going in next. French salad dressing going in next. And honey. This honey is so good. Okay, now in with that, we've got a little bit of onion, some chopped onion. This is Vidalia onion, sweet onion. And then it calls for 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. We're gonna do like 3 tablespoons, I guess. There we go. All right, mix all of that together and we'll just set it to the side because we'll pour it over our chops in a little bit. But smell that. Okay, that smells good. Ooh, 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 ooh. You can smell the honey and the sweetness in it, but you can also smell the more tangy ingredients. So that's awesome. I messed up the last clip where I was showing you what I was doing. So I've got this large skillet heating to about medium, just barely over medium, not even quite medium high. And I added some of this Tuscan herb infused olive oil. I think the recipe calls for canola oil. I don't even have that on hand, so we're just using olive oil. I'm letting this heat up. It's getting there. And then we may have to work in batches. We'll just see. But we're not even having to season these, which scares me a little. But I know this is going to have a ton of flavor, so I really want to season them though. Maybe just a little salt and pepper and garlic. Could not help myself. We did salt, pepper, garlic powder, tiniest little bit. Obviously this side will go down in the skillet first. Let's get started. Got a little bit of sizzle going on there. I think we'll be able to fit all of these in at the same time. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's let that cook for 2 or 3 minutes before we flip it. And while that is over there starting to cook, let's put the last bit of cheese on top. Look at that. We're basically just gonna put the rest of this cheese in this bag on top and just let it melt down until we're ready to eat. Okay, put the lid back on that and let's go check on the pork chops over there. It's been about 3 minutes. Let's check on these, see how they're doing. Oh yeah, look at that. I only seasoned the one side. I could have seasoned the other, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, let's let that hang out for a couple more minutes. This has been cooking for about 2-3 more minutes on this side. Now it's time to pour our sauce over top of it. And it said to bring it up to a bubble, which I have. Then we're gonna reduce the heat to about medium-low. We're gonna pop the lid on and let that finish cooking our pork chops. We obviously want them to get up to 145 degrees. I'll check them in just a few minutes, but I'll check on them at 6:15. These are done. It is 6:15. Dinner took, what, 20 minutes or so? Hello, sir.
Hey.
He was not in here for the making of any of this.
I know, I'm so excited.
Okay.
First of all, broccoli casserole is my favorite.
I know, I love broccoli
I
casserole.
love it.
Hopefully it turned out well.
That one looks good.
It was in the crock pot. Can you believe that?
I'm a firm believer that you can just about do anything in a crock pot. All right, now,
Accurate.
let's get some of this. This pork chop here looks absolutely delicious.
I hope it's good.
And it's got a sauce.
It does have a sauce.
That's what I'm talking about. Looks like there's maybe some onions on here. Let's get a big old bite. Oh, maybe.
You like that sauce?
Yeah, that's real good.
Yay.
Good job. These
Oh.
are tender too.
Oh, good. Well, I made them super duper thin.
They
I pounded them
are
out.
super duper tender.
Good. I'm so
But
glad.
that sauce is amazing.
Good.
It's like it's subtler than barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Well, it's got barbecue sauce in it.
Yeah, so it's definitely got the barbecue sauce flavor, but then the onion flavor with it as well that's in there.
Is there a sweetness to it?
It does have a sweetness to it.
It's got honey and brown sugar in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's not overpowering.
Okay,
It's
good.
not like really rich and thick like barbecue sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's got a great flavor.
Okay.
That is good.
Well, I'm so glad. Try our broccoli casserole over there.
Wow. Let's get some of this broccoli casserole here. That is good.
Good.
Broccoli casserole.
In the crock
That's
pot.
exactly what that is. It's got a little creaminess to it. It's got this onion flavor to it.
Good.
And of course the broccoli is cooked, like what you'd find in a crock pot. It's like
Right.
not quite mushy. It still
good.
holds up well.
That's the thing I was worried about. But if you're only cooking it for 2.5 hours, it's not going to get too mushy. So that's good.
It's so good.
All right. I'm going
This
to
is a
dig
great,
in.
great meal right here.
I'm so glad. I don't think I have to worry about anything steaming up my glasses. So I'm not going to take them off this time.
Really good, isn't it?
Super tender.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, super tender.
It's those butcher box pork chops.
Yeah.
They are
yeah.
so tender. And I cut them in half. Because you know they're the super thick ones.
Right.
I cut them in half. So I agree with you. It's not as thick as a barbecue sauce, but it definitely has a little bit of the barbecue flavor.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
Super good.
I love that this took 20 minutes to make.
Right.
That, I mean, basically including that, because this you just threw together and put in the crock pot, which I'm about to taste it for the first time. And then the pork chops didn't take any time at all. So this is perfect for a busy weeknight.
Good stuff.
So creamy, so good. Not mushy. Yay.
Right.
I'm very happy about that.
Yeah.
Cheesy. Yeah, that's good. You know what I just thought of? The sauce on this reminds me of Chick-fil-A's Polynesian sauce. It tastes very similar, or kind of even close to the sweet and sour sauce at McDonald's, but more of the Polynesian. This is very similar to that. So I wonder, I need to do a taste comparison and see, or maybe look up a Polynesian sauce online and see how you make it and see if it's similar to this, because it reminds me of that very much so. Have you ever had their Polynesian sauce?
I don't know.
Okay, I've only had it a few times, but this sauce reminds me of that. So if you like the Polynesian sauce, you're gonna like this. We had some great meals from Grandma's favorite cookbook. It's always fun finding new recipes online, but you know what? Sometimes just going back to your cookbooks is where it's at. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Let me know below, are you gonna make any of these recipes? If you are, which one are you gonna make first? If you aren't yet a member of our YouTube family, hit that subscribe button below before you leave. That way you won't miss any more videos, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.